I'm a new Minivan Musician.
What up, though? Welcome to Minivan Musician, episode 20. Please like and subscribe, leave us a comment, interact, let's go.
It was worth it.
Okay, Minivan Musician, episode 20. There's lots of birds chirping.
Yep, early in the day today, episode 20, special anniversary edition. We're going to talk about a lot of the ups and downs that, not just with me, the Minivan Musician, but also with hip-hop and with life in general. But I think that we've had more ups and downs. Hopefully this video kind of showcases that. We want to see where we're going forward too, rather than just looking back. Like back in episode, what was it? I jotted it down. It was the 5th episode, back in the beginning of December. A viewer asked us to talk about gays and hip-hop.
Oh yeah, I thought everyone was gonna have a fit.
Yeah, you did. And like it's got like that one. I was looking at it, and it has 117 likes and 31 dislikes. And at that time, we was dealing with an asshole that was buying dislikes on us too. So it's probably like 4 dislikes. So people liked us covering that, I guess, whether they liked my viewpoint or not. It seems like they rolled with it. And we talked a little bit about Kid Rock. So maybe there was some shared hatred there. Do you even remember like what people were mad at him about?
Probably not. People probably don't.
I mean, it was some like alleged racist. It had to do with his bar downtown and him closing it and basically saying to Detroit, like, I did so much for you and you just shit on me. And but everyone forgot about it, because then a few days later, and we covered this in the episode too, in the next episode, which was like number 6, I think.
Yeah.
We covered the Eminem Nick Cannon beef.
Which was like not even, to me, it's like not even a like existent like thing to talk about. Like,
right.
Neither one of those people exist to me personally, but.
And that kind of spun off into going back to, and people have asked me, and I normally won't tell them who I'm even talking about. I'll just use it as a way to write a verse or song and then just get it out of my system. But going all the way back to episode number 2, which is more than 18 weeks ago. We missed some weeks.
Yeah, it was like 20, probably 25 weeks ago or something.
Something like that. And in episode 2, we was talking about some little instigating punk-ass rappers.
Which is most of you guys.
Yeah, most of y'all. Like me, I've been pointing out to her lately, like, seriously, man, like, yeah, many years ago, maybe I was an asshole, but now I don't do anything either way. I don't do anything to make you happy or mad.
All the time for, like, nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I just crank out verses and do the music thing, and that's it. But yeah, we got a little clip here of how I addressed them. And it was actually in the 2nd Griselda Freestyle ever. It was over Bang. I had some things to say on that. And if you ain't hip to the Griselda Freestyle Fridays, definitely subscribe. You get one every Friday. We're on like number 18 now. But yeah, I mean, it's something you're always going to deal with, is like haters, people who doubt you, who talk behind your back and all of that.
Play 2 sides of the fucking coin.
Right.
Don't do that. Stand on both sides of the fence. Pick one or fucking get off it, man.
Yeah, and that's other issues too that I'm sure we'll cover in the little COVID section of the video.
Sorry to insult you.
Whenever
like that,
somebody
Kobe.
dies of a heart attack or diabetes or anything, COVID, I'll leave that alone for right now. But check out the little couple seconds of Bang right here, and we'll be right back with you.
Spraying at they head Sassoon, the gauge up in they face nitrous. Clack, clack, boom, ain't no language after engagement. Silence, fuck addiction. It's social media, circle jerk, club addiction. Come the way you get.
Alrighty.
So yeah, I mean, like, the main issue with these cats, it normally isn't real beef. Like, it's not, even something somebody did or any of that. Usually it's just like a disloyal issue.
Yeah.
It's, you're fucking with somebody, and they know that you may have issues with somebody else, and they go work with them anyway. A lot of times not even to their benefit. It's like they just want to have friends. or they want to have look like they have supporters or something. So they whore themselves out and kind of work with everybody. But like we talked about, and probably I think it was episode 15, we talked about how that's really bad to just work with everyone because you start adopting their beefs.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's not always beefs. It's just, yo, man, if you're my homeboy and you know that these people did me dirty, why would you want to work with them? It's not high school shit on my end to say something about it because I don't even say nothing. I just keep it moving.
I'll say something too.
She says something. I just keep it moving. But I mean, you know, it's disloyalty is the biggest issue. And I wish, you know, that's where it starts at. If hip hop artists stop trying to fucking work with everybody, they won't be saying this person disloyal because he worked with this person. That the problem be nipped in the bud. But that's usually what the issue is.
Well, and if you're a person that's like a friend that's outside of you're not just music associates, you're actually friends and shit too, like that's rare. There's very few of those, but the very few that there are, when you go step off sides like that to go hang out with someone or like, you know, be on a song or whatever with someone who we've clearly like discussed, like, yeah, we ain't cool because they did this to me or whatever, then you're a hoe.
Yeah, that's some hoe shit.
And to me, it's not even disloyal to me. That's disloyalty to your fucking self because you don't know who you are.
Yeah,
you don't know who you are musically. You don't know who you are as a person.
That's why I stress that, you know, if somebody's not getting paid for it, they're not getting career advancement out of it, nothing. Not that those things would be okay to do it. But I'm saying you're just doing it.
At least there's an incentive there.
Yeah,
Shit.
At least there was a price to
like,
fuck
all right,
me
well, he
over.
got paid a lot, so.
You know, but like the main thing is we try to look at the bright side of everything, and that's kind of part of the philosophy we have if we are helping any independent artists out there at all with the stuff we talk about. And if we are, drop a comment and let us know. But
he says we, like, you know, we're like just like team because he's real nice to me about that shit. But it's his craft. I don't take any responsibility for his craft.
Yeah, but this thing here.
I'm a team member here and I support him in every way.
Yeah,
but
so
like,
that's we. If you're a
you
team
know,
member here.
I just want to clarify that I don't do that. I'm a girlfriend, so I step on the toes type bullshit. No, I'm just.
Well, the main thing is that we find the positive of all of it. And, you know, what do you get out of it? And if you get nothing out of it, you walk away. But me, it's just like we've talked about this before in here because I know MCs deal with just the stupid gossiping, the high school shit, and sometimes real beefs. And it's like, look, the only way to deal with it is like this. Don't give them no real estate in your brain. Don't even consider them. They're not your... you know, if somebody's like trying to push themselves like a motivational speaker, a life coach or something like that, they picture in their minds, and I've listened to their little business, you know, classes and seminars and all that, you're always just picturing your perfect customer, and that's who you're catering to. You're not worried about the other motivational speaker guys that's in another city who's trying to do what you do. You have your program, you have your plan, you push it forward, you just do it. But in music, there is a positive to all of this back and forth and all this tension and friction. Is it gives you a kind of inspiration to write.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that's honestly, there's been weeks where I got to do a Griselda Freestyle Friday. I got to try to outdo what they did on the beat. I really got nothing. Maybe I just got done writing a damn album. Like I've done a mixtape during this. I've promoted an album. I've done countless speeches, all that. And I still am having to do one of these every week. So I run out of material. Anybody would. So a lot of times, and I'm about to play a clip of another one, as far as the disloyal shit goes, a lot of times you're going to get material out of this bullshit. And then kind of once you write it, if you're a real artist and you write it, you think it out, you put it out there, it's done. That weight's off of you. It's gone. That's the positive of it. But yeah, this one right here, and it's just a few seconds, but it's over the Don't Trust the Soul, oddly enough, by Benny the Butcher. And this is my favorite instrumental of 2019, period. And I heard a lot of them. So check this one out right here, and we're going to come back with another topic.
I catch a rapper bitch on the corner probably. Thanks for the 40 poppy that I fold the body to origami. Woo. All that false tough talk, it makes me hate him. I can do this in real life. Jason Statham, I hand a gauge or a Mac to my kid. And he don't need MMA classes to handle the kick. I came back with a list. They was panicked and quick to ravage and dig to see it. Hacking my shit, nope. It's where the career-ending rhymes is kept. Say you rap from the heart.
Hey, yo. All right, we back. Back in episode 2, November 17th, I can't believe it's been that long. We was talking about how difficult it was to get a place to live, having felonies. And we got a lot of interaction, not just here. A lot of times it crosses over to social media and stuff like that. And people's really feeling that. They make it damn near impossible.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But I mean, you know, if you ever have that issue, you know, give me a shout. And I definitely have some advice on that, because we managed to get through it. But we ended up moving out here to Detroit Beach in Monroe, which is, you know, about a half hour south of Detroit. How do you like it out here?
Way better, because I hate all you people in the city. I mean, I've lived from, most of you don't know me, like, at all. And if you do, you know I've lived a lot of places in my life. I'm only 30 years old. I've lived a lot of places. I've lived from literally, like, the grimiest, nastiest little fucking, like, trap spot fucking city-ass situations in the hood to, like, the straight-up southern country, like in southern Mississippi, the southern middle of nowhere country by Louisiana and shit. And then all the way up north to, like, the northern country. And northern country people and southern country people are similar, but man, they're different too. And there's some weird shit that happens up there. Northern country is something else. Michigan country people are strange, but I have love for most of y'all. And then, you know, like suburbs. I've lived, like, in the suburbs, fucking Grosse Pointe and shit. I've lived all over the place. And I always was like, yeah, I want to stay in the city after living in the country for so long, because it does get old. But when you get old, then you don't really want to live in the city no more. I can't. It's not even about the safety and my raising my kids somewhere better. It's not. Those things are great. It's not about that, though. I want to be the fuck away from people, traffic, dumb shit, and I want to be able to, like, walk to a body of water or some woods or something to clear my head. I don't want. There is no clearing your head in Detroit or in the city.
This morning I took my blood pressure, and it was high as shit, like it always is. We've talked about health problems on this and everything, and the fact that sometimes you can't completely overcome them. Well, it was high as hell. I drank my little water. I tried to chill out. Still pretty damn high. I came over to the window, was watching the fucking birds, listening to them, waking everyone up. I'm watching fucking squirrels and rabbits in the front yard and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I felt super calm. I felt my body temperature actually drop. So I took my blood pressure again, and it was what it would be like when I was 9 years old. Yeah. Before whatever started affecting me, whether it's stress, it's underlying problems. Like, my health is literally better out here. You know, I can walk down to the water in the morning and chill out. You know, the people are pretty laid back. For the most part, the people just, you know, unless you walk in the kids at a park or something, they don't even really interact with you. Like, they give you a nod, they say hello, but most people want to be left the fuck alone out here. Yeah. And that's basically what it is. You out here, like, in nature. Right now, during the damn shutdown, thank God I live here. I would be going nuts if I was in Southgate. I would seriously be scary for most of y'all. I would be a scary individual to encounter, because there'd be nothing to do. I mean, at least here, and I'm getting a little tired of it, but I got the state park, like, right next door. I got places I can go fishing. I got places I can sightsee. And we don't have to be around nobody to do it. And there's other people out there, but they ain't around you either. I mean, and that's normal. We should be distancing anyway. I don't want to be around you people, whether there's a fucking pandemic or not. We'll get into that shit later. We'll get into the whole COVID thing. Monroe is nice, though. It's not the country, but it's not the city either. It's a good mixture. So since I can't be, like, out in the actual country,
This is the closest thing we
It's
got
a good
here.
mix. It's like the mall, the store,
Yeah.
everything is nearby.
It's a nice
You go out to eat
mixture.
on the corner, you know.
And I'll take it. I like
So
it.
maybe it's more like beach neighborhoods or what I
It's
like.
nice. I like it here. So.
But you know, when this stuff started popping off, the world started getting to be a more treacherous place. I started putting like little nature clips at the end of videos. But here's a little clip of what surrounds our neighborhood. Check it out. Yo, now that I put y'all at peace with all of that, we had a very interesting co-star. We usually don't have people in on the Minivan Musician. That's kind of the point, is that it's supposed to document my life. But we brought Broly in.
Yay, Broly!
A great DJ who's, you know, influenced by hip-hop a lot, has been a part of the scene for a million years like me. And, you know, we had him and his brother Ian Strange.
Yeah, Dr. Strange.
Yeah, they was telling like tour stories, because nowadays it's the DJs that have the real tour stories.
Yeah,
like
they got some funny.
You know,
ones.
they do the festivals and it's
They
all
see
the
some
loose
wild
women
shit
and drugs and all of that shit, all that rock star shit that I don't really fuck with. So they told us a little story, and this was episode shit, which one was it?
I don't remember. That was like right before New Year's.
Because I'm going to put a link to it here. It's going to pop up and y'all can come back to us.
We did like Detroit Rave City, I think, right after that.
Yeah, it was,
so.
That was in, it was our Christmas episode,
yeah.
episode 17.
Yeah.
So if you check, I'm sorry, episode 7. If you check out episode 7, you'll hear the entire story. Broly kind of like gave it all. Like, we thought we was just going to get a few seconds, but he gave interesting nudist colony story.
Yeah, him and Ian had one hell of a story about that. You guys should listen to it.
That
it's
was
hilarious.
Also a very watched episode. It had a lot of fan interaction and all of that.
Yeah.
So check that out, and we'll be right back.
And check them out while you're at it.
Yes.
Like banging my head against the root. Like,
I would have been too.
But get this, so the next day when it's our turn to play, we wake up and it's like, I think that the people in the newest colony were like feeling kind of
some sort of way.
So you're feeling some sort of way.
They're like, all right, guys, we didn't brought you out here. Now check this out.
Yeah,
man.
So like, they started riding around, driving past because they had to separate. They had all the nudists were still there, but they had them on the other side of the lake.
They're driving around in golf
and
carts.
they had to start driving.
Yo, so, you know, I keep saying we're going to get back to the COVID thing. That's part of the reason for that is because we did a video on that just last week. A lot of interaction. It led to a whole lot of people commenting on Facebook. I think a couple on YouTube, Instagram, everything. Everybody that watched it, not everyone, but a lot of people that watched it were saying, look, I had a similar experience. I also had it before they say that it was here. We dealt with this, you know, blase split, whatever. So, you know, it really got people talking, which is something that at the beginning of this, we didn't even realize that I would do. I thought I would just be giving a few tips here and there, chronicling the boring life of a guy who juggles a million things. But, you know, you start talking about real life issues and you get people interacting. So far before, and you can kind of go back through the episodes and trace it, Danielle had that shit.
I'm pretty convinced
I know I did, but I kicked it out of my system. But you did for sure. And
I've never been sick that long in my life.
Oh God, it was, well, first you had a different sickness for like almost a month.
That
But
was
this
just like a
lasted
little
almost 2
cold.
months. Like I got, what dates was it? It peaked on February 24th in episode 14.
You guys seem to love that episode for some reason, but I can't even talk in it. I'm like,
Oh, that was 15. Oh yeah, I forgot. So I guess you could call that.
I sound like a monster.
But there was, you know, there was a huge jump between 16 and 17. There was 22 days actually. Meaning I missed a couple of weeks. Those ones in February between 16 and 17 we missed mostly because you were deathly ill.
I couldn't talk.
So you're talking 22 days right there.
Go like 5 minutes without coughing so hard I gave myself a hernia.
Yeah, hernia from coughing, for real.
Pretty fucking,
And
pretty bad.
I mean, y'all can hear it in the voice leading up to it. You can hear it in the voice at the end of it.
My anger is not even present in a lot of those ones before it, because I couldn't even speak hardly. I'm like, I need to go back to bed.
Yeah, like we went over more details in episode 19. Hopefully, I have that pop up here, but they limit you on how many screen things you can have pop up. But yeah, this is Danielle's voice when she said back in, damn, which one was it?
This is Minivan Musician, episode 15. I have coronavirus.
Yeah, so that was Danielle's beautiful singing voice right there. She was getting ready to do some backup vocals.
I was totally joking, kind of, sort of, at the time when I said I have coronavirus, because I didn't know what, I mean, we weren't aware of anything going on here, really. Not that much at that point in time. So, you know, now I'm like, yeah, you know what, I probably did have that shit.
Yeah,
and guess what? I'm doing A-okay now. Thank you.
Like the symptoms matched up, and us, along with a lot of our viewers, experienced the same thing where they was going to the doctor.
Yeah, they couldn't tell anybody what was wrong.
They said they had a virus.
Yeah.
That was like the flu.
They gave me a Z-pack of antibiotics. Finally, that wasn't until March.
Which is funny, because, like, that's
and, you know, it took away everything else except that cough. The cough stayed for a good several weeks after that. Heavy, bad.
Yeah, it was, we definitely dealt with it. I really don't care what anyone has to say about it. People often forget what they just experienced, or like I was listening to on a Joe Rogan thing with like Roswell and shit, where the government claimed that, you know, the memories from this thing in the 40s and this thing in the 50s, between the media and real life experiences of people, blended together to where they kind of didn't know their own reality. There's a name for it. In that case, they were full of shit. That's not what was happening.
Right.
Because these were like, you know, trained, disciplined military guys who actually experienced it. But what I'm saying is that, you know, I think that a lot of people's minds get just like put in like protect mode and fear mode and all of that, and all of this rhetoric's coming at them from a million places at once. And they forget a week ago, their kid's entire school was like wiped out by something.
Yeah, my kid was sick first.
Yeah, like his whole class, like half the class was out. They said they were talking about canceling school.
This was back in January.
The end of January, yeah.
He had 104 fever and shit.
So, I mean, you know, this is one of those things where just I feel like a lot of people have been led in a certain direction. And that's fine if that's what it takes for them to be careful and to take care of themselves and to protect those they love who have immune deficiencies or are older. If that's what it takes for them, if that's like their motivation. But like we've said a million times about distancing, you should be being careful with things like that to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
At all times in flu season and stuff like that, we're walking around asymptomatic, passing stuff to people who
That's
can't
how we get
fight
sick in general.
Right. So, I mean, we talked about it. We dealt with it in our home. We've talked about kind of like our views on it. You know, our sympathies definitely with people who have dealt with it.
I believe it's real. It's not that I don't believe you guys are sick if you are sick. And my heart is with you if you are sick and dying or anything like that. Or you got people out there who are. Like, it's so misconstrued that if we want to go stand up for your rights at some protest, that we think, you know, that you guys are full of shit if you have people that are dying and we don't care about you guys and this, that, and the other. It's quite the opposite, actually. We're standing up for our rights and in turn standing up for yours when you tell us that you wish we would die of COVID because we're out there doing it. Guess what? I'm also standing up for your right. I'm standing up for your right to say that to me. You know, but that's all. That doesn't matter.
I mean, really
we're evil. We're just fucking evil. We hope you know this, that, and the other. But yeah, you're the one saying the evil shit to us.
And now that everyone's been, you know, you have like half the population who's been absolutely frightened of this, and the other half who's, you know, a little less frightened but still responsible. You know, they believe it's real. There's only a few people that think it's not real at all.
Yeah.
And even the ones who think it's not real at all know that there's like stuff passing around and to be careful. So what I'm getting at is I have faith in my fellow humans that they'll stay 6 feet away from me. I have faith that people will practice good hygiene, you know, and distance a bit and be a little more choosy about where they go and how they group up, because I've seen it happening. Now, as far as in the inner city, God, I wish I would have taken a video.
Oh, God. You guys need to stop, man. Please, for the love of God.
It's bad.
It's
like,
bad.
It's like the first day of summer every day.
It's not
Gas stations
everywhere,
backed
but the
up.
places we've seen, or he's seen, you know, on the east side and whatnot, like, it.
Mainly on the east side.
It's unfortunate.
It's crazy, too, because, like,
that you
it
guys
seems
don't
like
take
some
that
of my
seriously at all.
like friends on Facebook who are from that side of town are the most serious about this thing being not just real, but it being
You guys
a
are
serious
all over
pandemic.
the parks and gas stations, all up on each other. You guys are the ones that make everyone else look bad. You're making yourselves look bad. Stop.
Maybe the reason why a lot of people I know are extra scared of it is a response.
It's because
to
of
them seeing
that. Yeah, I bet it
You know what I'm
is.
saying? Like, down here in Monroe, there's not a car on the road.
No,
Downriver,
it's
not
real.
a damn car on the road.
Which is nuts.
Yeah,
I cannot even
Downriver
believe
full
that.
of people.
Never seen Fort Street that dead in my life.
No. And you know, Delray and most of the Southwest actually is pretty damn dead. But man, you get on the east and the west side of Detroit, and people got a point. Like, people aren't distancing. But all that aside, I have faith in most people to distance. I don't believe that this is spreading as bad as they initially made us feel. 2 million people are gonna die.
The numbers aren't right.
To die, not
no
just,
matter
the
what
numbers
you
aren't
believe,
right.
the numbers aren't right.
I've got a few posts on my personal Facebook, if y'all look at it, where it's people who have a cold, they're sick, whatever. They call the doctor. The doctor says, I can't get you in right now, but we're going to mark it as COVID.
Assume that you got COVID.
Yeah, we're going to mark it as COVID, they're saying.
Yeah.
And, oh, I got 2 kids too. Okay, we're going to mark them as COVID. Go home, self-quarantine. I'll check with you in like a week or whatever. So, I mean, there's a lot of incentive too. I'm not going to get into all that, but there's incentive for them to mark things as COVID. I have some footage. I haven't decided yet, even as filming this video, being in at least I could share one ER where there's no people, one hospital where there's no people. There's no overwhelming a hospital.
Yeah, it's our hospital. Doesn't
you know, there's
anyone.
a couple days there where it peaked from hysteria, but seriously, no, they're laying hospital employees off. But that's beside the point. We do have some stuff from the protests, and like she said, the protest is more about your rights. It's about our economy.
Yeah, because
it's
guess
simple
what?
math,
We're all
people.
gonna fucking die if we can't eat, and we can't eat if we can't work.
Exactly, and I don't think y'all realize quite how bad it is.
No.
When in the first month, where people still are going to work and they don't know how long it's gonna go, and this, that, and the other. That was enough to cause a third of all rent and mortgage payments to not be paid during that month.
And that's
We're going
not
on 2 months past that now.
Yeah.
You're talking hundreds of billions of dollars. That's got to be repaid somewhere.
It's not going to go away. Like,
No.
you guys do know you're all going to owe that still. The bills are still going to be there. They're not giving
a lot
us
of
stuff for
Michiganders,
free.
at least I know of, aren't getting them unemployment checks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
that
saying?
Stimulus only goes so far. We can be grateful for that all we want. But
that's what the protest was about getting us back to work in a sensible way.
With guidelines. Yeah, we're not opposed to that.
Landscapers mow lawns.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those sorts of things. So, I mean,
it's not about seeds and boats. So all you people are like, oh my God, you're out there crying about seeds and boats. Really?
Right.
Come on now. Get your head out of your fucking ass. It's not about that.
Put some protest footage there just so people can see that it wasn't the big, scary, mean, racist protest.
It wasn't a
it was
neo-Nazi fucking racist, this and that. Just because there's like 1 or 2 bad pictures taken, and like, yeah, some people weren't distancing the way they should have been, but a vast majority of over the, how many? 300,000? 300,000, according to your great governor. 300,000?
Yeah. There's 2 people with rebel flags. There was literally maybe 24 people who weren't distancing properly.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
percentage is even lower than the percentage of population that dies from COVID.
and people were not blocking
That's my
hospitals.
There was one ambulance that had a hard time getting through because the roads were locked up.
But he got through.
Yeah, it was like a 30
There
second
is
delay.
a official statement. It is not from some news source. It is an official statement. Go look it up from the Lansing, the people at the hospitals there, saying that we did not cause them a problem that day. So
And the actual EMS drivers who support the cause.
yeah, all the cops
saying,
there
no,
were
it was a
super
normal,
supportive too.
like as though it was your normal midday traffic backup. So I
Yeah.
mean, this is something that, you know, it wasn't anything like that, people. That's what I'm getting at. I'm not going to go on and on about it, but we're
it
fighting
is
for
what
our
it
rights
is.
to at least slowly get this economy cranking again, because these couple of months that have happened already,
It'll take years to repair.
years to repair. Years of just think about people, anybody who's out there that's in the struggle like us, kind of like week to week. Think about, you know, those times where maybe you overspent on Christmas or you had a debt hit you that you didn't expect, and how long it took for you to recover from that. You're buying less groceries, you're going less places.
Shit, some of us are
you're
still recovering
stretching
from
for
those
gas money.
things.
Right. This is going to be so much worse financially than people realize that it is. And I really feel for people even more in that sense. There's going to be a lot of homes that get lost. This is going to be worse than the Great Recession already.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of y'all still talk about that as though you're mourning the deaths of loved ones. You talk about we may go into a depression, and I urge y'all to watch a documentary on the Great Depression and then holler back at me as to why I'm afraid in the other direction.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if, you know, even if the 60,000 is, just imagine the generation of problems. The Great Recession spawned so many, like, drug problems, so much violence. You know,
I'm more afraid of dying from that than I am from getting killed.
This
from
is
the
already
virus.
worse than the Great Recession. Mark my words. It don't take an expert to know it, but if you start looking into the little bit of financial experts on economics talking about what we're about to face, that's what we need to pay attention to. But that's beside the point. Through all that negativity, we did something else for artists. You know, we spun off from just giving tips to showing in real time that you can make a great music video with like no budget and with a cell phone. And people have loved the video. I don't think it has a single dislike yet. I haven't pushed it like I should because I got so much going on. But if you take a look at it, at the Lovelands video, that I will give a link to, like, somewhere in here. Go back to it or watch it and then hit the back button and come back. Let us know what you think of it. We're kind of showing that it can be done. You know, a lot of artists who are really great at their craft kind of put off what they're going to do. You know, like, oh, I don't have the right gear yet. You know, I don't have the right camera. You know, I don't have the right this or that or the budget. And it's like, nah, man, just get into it now. Your talent will shine through. I think that our creative talent and thought process and everything showed through well in the Lovelands video. So here's us. This is back in January talking about getting footage, and we dropped it a month later. So we're talking about, like, you know, just a couple minutes here and there. We shot it over the course of like 2 days.
Weeks.
Yeah, like a couple days we went out, and then the editing, because of my shitty laptop I bitch about all the time. You know, all of that between, you know, writing a song, recording it, mixing it, mastering it, then doing the video, editing the video, doing storyboards, all of that kind of stuff, and promoting it, putting it out. It took, I think, exactly a month or a month and a day. So check that video out. And, you know, anybody who wants it, I can kind of give a little bit more, a little bit deeper of advice as to how to put all that together. But a lot of it's self-explanatory, just the motivation that it takes. So I mean, that's just another thing that we got done during that period of time. I think it was cool. We went out, we shot. We're going for a vibe to go with the music. We didn't need no extras, none of that.
No, it was about the particular area.
Yeah.
And so we shot it in that exact area, those exact landmarks. Like, it wasn't this is what happened here, and like, it's not the actual place. No, they were the actual places, 100%.
Right. And I just planned it out on paper ahead of time. Get X amount of shots from here and there. You always get a little bit extra. We put it together. I used power director to do it. And it was all cell phone footage. So yeah, take a look at that. And also another positive that we had that came up in week 15. So if y'all want to watch the first one in 15, you can't understand a word that she's saying practically.
Sorry, I was dying.
But yeah, it was her first time of giving input on the our version of Rate the Bars, the Flow Face Off.
Yeah.
Now it's in tournament style, and we'll return with it next week. But yeah, that segment of it, people have really liked it. Like as of right now, somehow I'm still surviving in that thing because I mixed, my lyrics in there. Anybody has lyrics they want to go head to head with a major artist, maybe even like a legendary verse, send me your lyrics. I keep offering that. People say they're gonna send their lyrics to be on the show. They never do.
I don't have any bias, man, because I don't know the damn songs unless
Yeah.
it's like a real popular, like Brenda's Got a Baby or some like
That was
shit
in there,
that
yeah,
I really
for a
know.
reason.
I mean, I've really, put down one of his verses, a couple
Yeah.
of them, because I didn't like them. So I don't have any bias or whatever. Whether I like you as a human or not, I might not like your lyrics. I might love them. Who knows?
Yeah, it's like a face-off. It's a little more than Rate the Bars. What we usually do is there's 3 rounds each week, and it'll be say we had Pun face off against Black Thought in like a straight up lyrical round, and then we had the Tupac and the NBA YoungBoy joints going head to head.
I was impressed with that one.
NBA YoungBoy,
My
he's
opinion
actually
changed a
pretty
little
good.
bit. Yeah.
So I mean, stuff like that. I try to throw artists in there that are like quote unquote new school that we may not usually appreciate to show their writing ability. I try to throw at least one local cat in there every week if that's possible, and we do it like a tournament every time. So that way you kind of have something to look forward to, like, man, and I would like for people to chime in more. It's weird the way that it crosses over. I'll get interaction like on other forms of social media. Go ahead and drop it in the comments and light that shit on fire. You know what I'm saying? But when I first had the idea, it was kind of random. I just decided to throw it in there. I'm not even sure where the idea came from. But here's us talking about, going into doing this thing that became a weekly segment.
Yep.
This is our version of Rate the Bars. I'm mixing my lyrics with lyrics from some, like major artists and stuff like that. And Danielle's going to rate them. Yeah, we're going to wrap things up. And basically what we like from the viewers, and we appreciate all of them. Some weeks when YouTube doesn't penalize me, we get a whole lot. We like to interact with y'all more. Like, let us know topics you want us to talk about. Whenever that happens, we give credit for giving the topic, and it becomes a really cool discussion. Sometimes people get infuriated, and that's what YouTube is for.
We like that. Give me that fury. I love it.
She loves the fury. Me, I like to step in there and try to put the fires out. You know what I'm saying?
I'll Joe Budden your ass all day.
Yeah, I guess I'm more like, what's his name? I'm like Rory. I'm like Rory, where I'm kind of like, no, man, listen, it ain't got to be like that.
It ain't got to be this way. It ain't got to be this way.
So, I mean, give us some topics you'd like us to talk about. Give us some verses that you'd like to hear go head to head, maybe with today's artists, whether you're a 90s style hip hop cat who hates the new school and just wants to show how great it is, or the other way around.
Yeah, if you like hip hop at all, just that's what this is supposed to be for.
Or if you're an artist, send me your
send us your stuff too.
And we'll put that shit up against some of the biggest names, and maybe you'll carry on. Like, we're gonna put a little bit behind this, push this thing a little bit more, have a little more production quality in it, so it's leading somewhere.
We've been at it for 20 weeks. We're not going to stop anytime soon.
Right. So, I mean, definitely interact with us. Let us know where you'd like to see us go with it. If there's certain things as far as tips, if you're an artist, we've given, like, I put y'all on the TubeBuddy, Splice, different, like, volume automation tips, stuff like that. So I try to give y'all just the tip. And help the independent artists, because I mean, that's where my heart lies at, is with artists who have talent, but they're hitting a wall with trying to get their shit out there. But yeah, other than that, we going fishing today. I'm gonna go spot some some dope birds or whatever.
Beautiful day out.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna do the.
It might snow tomorrow, so everybody take
No
advantage.
shit, man. And I bitched about that in episode 1 in November.
Oh, fucking Michigan. Good God.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Something
it goes from
else.
snow to practically hot the next day.
That is one thing I miss living in Mississippi for. It was all pretty much steady weather.
It's always the same. See, I would love that.
Very similar. It
I
wasn't.
like shit to be predictable.
Oh.
Except music. I like that to change up. But yeah, if you got any ideas or thoughts, drop them in the comments. You know, don't forget to subscribe. You know, show a little love for your fellow independent artists. Put them on to us because we love to splice more up-and-coming artists into the Minivan Musician shit.
Yeah, I would like to hear some of your shit and maybe like it so I don't hate so many people.
You can get the love-hate ratio up a little bit in the positive direction.
It's hard for me.
And I mean, you know, like, we'd love to hear your stories as far as what you juggle, like whether it's a family or probation. Like, we've touched on some deep shit in these little talks, like
real life. It
the
is
friend
real
of court
life.
stuff, fucking Christmas shopping, the coronavirus shit, you know, the quarantine and the protests and the rights, everything that come with that. You know, obviously the music part. Like, we was gonna do the little open mic tour. And fuck anybody that disses like an open mic tour.
Yeah.
Because that's where like the real fans and the real artists like come together.
And guess what? It's fun. And you know, we can have some fun every now and then if you like what you're doing.
Like the field you're in. If not, you're just miserable.
Then just
like
stop. Nah, I like it when it's fun, but.
And it can be. And, you know, I mean, I'm just basically saying, like, making those connections with people is what makes this shit worth it. Like, you go to Fort Wayne, Indiana, you go to Grand Rapids. Peace to everybody who's watching. There's at least a few of y'all who invited us and was giving me a set and all
we'll
this
be
shit.
There eventually.
Shut it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, eventually we'll be there. Hopefully shit comes back with a big bang because people miss it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we're just all about spreading, you know, the gospel of hip hop basically. Like, we trying to
hit
spread
them with
that
a
from
little
place
ghetto
to place.
gospel.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like people forget because, you know, they get it. Just another media influence is like they get it like beat into their heads that like hip hop is just this. It's like these 3 songs and 3 artists that are on all the time and that are getting pushed by the majors and stuff like that. But hip hop is literally the other 99% of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I've seen all different types. Some that I like, some that I dislike, some of them indifferent. But I appreciate the work they put into their craft. You know, like we like to see cats like Restless down in Florida who, you know, is like this crazy amalgamation of like industrial and electronic and hip hop,
Yeah, I like that.
metal and skater music, like all in one. I love to see that. But then again, I love to see cats who maybe do a better job than me sticking with just straight boom bap. You know what I'm saying? I love all of that. So hopefully in the future we talk about more important issues that y'all put us on to. Maybe we cover some of your music or have you on. You know, if you got a homeboy that does music, link me to him in the comments. And we talk about what hip hop's gonna be like, you know, moving forward. You know, and there's enough out here for everybody. Stop all the hating, stop all the stupid gossiping and all that type of shit. You know what I mean? That shit just gets old and makes
Stop being a pathetic person, please. Good
yeah,
God.
it makes our culture look just lame. It makes us look childish. You know? Now I'm starting to be that adult that looks down on hip hop culture. You know what I'm saying?
I just hate you guys, period. So.
She hates people in general.
There's that.
I mean, I'm the most antisocial person on earth, and that probably hurts my career sometimes. But at least people know what to expect from me. You know, I'm not the super outgoing guy. But I do show love. I will go out of my way to share your stuff online. You know, that sort of thing. Link up with you, do a song, whatever. But that's all beside the point. But I hope y'all enjoyed our little, like, backtracking through the last 20 episodes. And I hope you look forward to what we're doing in the near future as much as we do.
Stay safe.
And on that note, we say peace.
See ya.